Okay, I know all of you have been waiting for this, and my apology for postponing the draw for the giveaway that I'm doing this year until now, which is Christmas Eve. And I think the timing is pretty awesome that some of you are going to be walking away with a, I guess, surprising last minute present. Thank you everyone for entering this year's giveaway. And I was thoroughly impressed by all the comments that I read. And I read all of them, even though I haven't replied to any of them. If I had to reply to all of them, it would have taken days. We had over, I think, 600 entries, and the stories are just excellent. There are many, besides just talking about how, some of the good fishing that we had, first coho salmon, first Chinook salmon, there are many firsts, and also, but there's also, many of you were talking about befriending new anglers, making new friendships down at the river, and also just kind of, I guess, meeting up with friends that you met at the river from previous seasons, and you keep going back to the same spot every season. It's very heartwarming, and it shows that there are lots of positives going on out there. Quite often we see a few negative remarks, and we tend to get bogged down by that, thinking that everything is going bad, but it's quite the opposite. I would like to say that there are lots of good things going out there, and let's keep it up, and going to 2024, let's make it even better. So anyway, I won't talk too much more about it, and I think we should get on with the prize draw. The very first, I guess, prize that I would like to give away is the gift cards supplied by the Pacific River Outfitting Company. So there's 3 gift cards. So I'm going to draw 3 names, okay? So one is a $50 gift card, and there's 2 $25 gift cards. So let's do it. Okay, the first one is Andrew Drill. It wasn't exactly a fishing trip, but I once caught 30 barramundi in 45 minutes. It was in a dead-end inlet where the water was still flowing off the plain in a waterfall into the Daly River. I had no bait, so I tied a bit of our red croc line around the hook, and as soon as it hit the water, a barra would grab it again and again. That was when I was visiting relatives in Australia. So barramundi is a freshwater species, or actually brackish water species, and even saltwater species down in Australia, in northern part of Australia. It's a very aggressive predatory fish species, and very fun to catch. So anyway, thanks for sharing that, Andrew. So let's pick another name. Oh, so we got PNW No Dig. I went salmon fishing on the Veda River for the first time ever this year. I was lucky enough to be mentored by the legendary Kumar. And Kumar is actually a friend of mine too, so I met him many times down the river. Learned a lot and had a great time. The freezer is full of beautiful fish, and I'm already getting excited for next year's run. So congratulations. Okay, one more winner for the $25 gift card. Steve Brain 862. Well, that's a long one. So, okay, so hi Rod, once again, many thanks for what you contribute to the fishing and outdoor community as a whole. Would be very tough to find a truly kind soul, and you take on tough situations and stand up hard for protection and wellness of all species. Gravel. Well, thank you very much. My story this year is due to my oldest son. He has joined my side on the riverbanks and in our boat for years, and is truly becoming an ambassador of the sport. This past season, he decided to start building, painting, and tying coho and steelhead jigs. We bought him the mold, and he was on his way collecting used lead by cleaning up the river banks and use tire weights found on the streets. He wears all protective gear and runs fans when he pours his jigs. The best part is they really work. I was really proud when after 2 casts I was onto a beautiful hatchery coho early this season on one of his chartreuse and magenta patterns. Anyway, the sky's the limit and he lives and breathes fishing and the outdoors, and at 15, it warms my heart. He follows you and stays off the street and out of trouble. Thanks, Rod Tight Lines, for being 2024. That's an excellent story. Well, thank you for sharing that, Steve, and congratulations for winning the gift card. Okay, so the next one I'm gonna pick is the fly casting instruction, the 2-hour lesson at Pacific River Outfitting Company in Chilliwack. So let's do it. So Bryson, well, thanks for the opportunity to win some awesome prizes. My story of the year is short and sweet. It was when my buddy let me borrow his centerpin rod for the day. I landed my first few fish on it, and now I'm hooked. And now I'm looking for a setup myself for steelhead season. Okay, congratulations. 2-hour fly casting lessons for you with one of the best. And next up, we're gonna pick a winner for the Northbound knife. Whiskey on the West Coast. This was my first year editing YouTube videos, so I think I have a brand new appreciation for the amount of work you put in. It's incredible. It does take a long time. So as for a fishing story, it was another season with thoughts of my late father as I fished the Veda River. Probably the most memorable fishing was after a couple skunk outings. I did my best Rodney Hsu impression by pulling 4 hatchery coho out of the river in the first hour of fishing. It was a shame to have to go home. Great day. Thanks for all you do, Rodney. Always appreciate it. Cheers. Next up, we're gonna pick a winner for the Big Fish Coffee prize pack. Big Fish Coffee is a brand new coffee company based in Kelowna, BC. So here we go. Oh yeah, so Going Fishing BC 8188. Okay, so hey Rod, I wanted to share the story. I took my grandpa fishing on a brand new secret lake that he had never heard of, only 45 minutes away from town, and he has lived here in his entire life. And I got him into the biggest trout he's ever caught. That was a special day for me, as he is not very mobile, so this was one of his last time out fishing. It's a great story. Okay, so next up we're gonna pick 2 winners for the Jig Geek prize packs. So one of them is all the dressed twitching jigs, and the other one is just blank jigs that you can use to tie your own jigs as well. So let's pick the one for the twitching jig. The Andrewness. Okay, I'm just thankful for this pink season this year after many seasons of low numbers. It was great getting out with my friends every day for the 2 weeks with the most amount of fish caught in any season we've had. For me, I didn't have any catches in the first week while everyone around me was catching, but finally in week 2, I was able to catch up to everyone in numbers. Along with pinks, our spot in Richmond was a great spot for pike minnows, and we caught quite a few of them too. So let's pick the second winner for the Jig Geek prize pack. Okay, so Lumbao. Hey Rod, I gotta be honest, my salmon season was a bit of a bust this year, and it wasn't for lack of trying. My best fishing memory of this year was at Rice Lake. No fish involved, but my son would have told you it was a monster on the end of his line. He'll get one eventually. Always enjoy your content. Don't burn yourself out next year. I'll try not to. Yeah, it's even on those days when you don't catch anything, I would say those are still pretty good fishing days because you're always learning something. Yeah, so congratulations. And next up, we'll pick a winner for the Prime Lewis prize pack. So This is spoons and spinners, excellent for cold salmon fishing. So Nathan Becker 5248. So I've been watching your videos for a long time. Me and my buddies learned how to start salmon fishing from you. Well, thank you very much. I'm glad to hear that. So the first video we watched was your steelhead salmon setup, and next day I caught my first steelhead from using the info from that video. You would not believe how many stories I heard of catching steelhead on the very first trip, and I did that as well. My very first steelhead outing, I managed to catch 3, and after that it took many more hours before I caught another one. Okay, next up we're gonna pick a winner for the Fred's Custom Tackle custom centerpin rod. 11 foot 3 centerpin rod, great for salmon and steelhead fishing, and it's perfect. We got the winter steelhead season coming up, and one of you will be fishing with the new rod. So let's check it out. Nikita Wing 2435. Hi Rod, thank you for all the great videos and the heads up. My best memory this year is fishing the inland lake for the cutthroat trout. Gorgeous view and beautiful fish. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Thank you. Next up, we're gonna pick a winner for the $100 gift certificate to B&R Tackle. So you can get yourself some soft beads for the salmon and steelhead season coming up. So we got Naveen Sen. Hey, it's Naveen. Okay, actually this is someone who I know, and someone who I fished with a few times down at the river. So one of my best memories from this past fall fishing season was hooking a beautiful beauty coho on the Veda and having me netted for him. Yeah, congratulations. Yeah, so the main, if I remember correctly, him and his wife started fishing back in 2000, right around when COVID started, and they're both doctors, so they were looking for a new hobby to try out. And in the span of 3 years, they've done quite a bit of fishing, from urban lake stock trout fishing all the way to now salmon fishing in both fresh and salt water. So yeah, it's been a pleasure watching that progress in the last 3 years. So congratulations. Okay, next up we're going to pick a winner for the Shimano Ultegra spinning reel. This is an excellent reel for casting and retrieving spoons and spinners for salmon and steelhead, and you can even use it for lake fishing for trout and bass as well. So, okay. So I don't know how to pronounce that. Teal Clicks YT. Okay, my first year officially trying out salmon fishing, especially centerpin, and meet quite a few very seasoned locals who share tips, techniques, and even row. Had a blast and caught my first Chinook salmon. What a thrill, and I believe the guys were more thrilled than I was. Amazing experience. We also put in time collecting junk and items left behind by the careless. Thanks Rod for all the videos and great tutorials. I've learned a ton and hope to only get better next year. Maybe take a dab at steelhead fishing this season too. So congratulations. Okay, so last 2 items. Here comes the 2 big items. So the first one we're gonna do is the Moby net. So this Moby net is the one that you see me carrying around all the time for salmon and steelhead fishing rivers. Very handy when it comes to not just for catching and releasing fish. It really allows you to handle the fish correctly in water all the time, and also you can end up landing more fish by using a net like that, because you'll cut down the fight time. A lot of times landing fish is not easy without a net. So with a net, it really cut down the fight time, and I find for myself anyways, you end up landing a lot more fish with a net like a Moby net. So Pacific Adventures. Okay, hi Rod, my positive story from this year was while fishing for stock trout, a father and his young son had shown up to try their hand at catching some dinner. There were about 5 of us in the area and we were all having pretty good luck. After a while of them not catching, I hooked up on the fish and immediately handed the rod to the son to reel in his first fish. He was overjoyed to land one and he and his dad both thanked me. A few minutes later, someone else hooked one and did the same thing. Showing up, we all understood the assignment and made sure the kid had a memorable day landing multiple fish with everyone around contributing. That's great. Awesome. Congratulations. So Moby Net DK Special, and hopefully you can put that to good use for salmon and steelhead fishing, and even lake fishing for trout. You can use that as well. Fantastic. Okay, the last prize we're giving away for this year is the Islander steelhead centerpin reel. This is a fantastic reel for river fishing, for salmon and steelhead. It's bomb-proof. So once you own one, you can use it forever. You can use it for decades. It just simply does not break down. And as you can see in my previous video, the spin is just so smooth. It gives you a perfect drift with the float down the river every time. So let's pick a winner. Pick the lucky winner for the centerpin reel. Okay, so scuba gold. It's been a great year for fishing. I had the opportunity to take out a couple of new friends and introduce them to chronometer fishing. You can say that they are hooked now. We had a great time and there were quite a few fish in the boat. But I think the best part was just getting out with friends and having fun. They did not want the day to end, and I'm sure they have subscribed to my YouTube channel as I told them all about it. Tight lines in the future, and I look forward to many new episodes. Well, thank you, Gold. It's congratulations, brand new Islander centerpin reel for your Christmas. Well, there you have it. Those are the winners for this year's giveaway. Thank you very much for participating in this year's giveaway, and thank you very much for watching the videos throughout this year. Right now we're already starting to prep for next year's videos. We got some ice fishing episodes coming up. Hopefully we'll be doing some steelhead fishing in February, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to presenting all the content in 2024. So if you have any other questions, feedbacks, or whatever for this year, be sure to leave a comment on the bottom and make sure you subscribe to the channel. And once again, thank you, and until next time, good luck fishing.